world. You know, first of all, this story was heart-wrenching at first. Anytime we hear of any life cut short, a young life like this with such a future. Your reaction to an illegal immigrant shouldn't have been in this country. Who's responsible, allegedly?
Well, you know, I think at this point we have to deal with what's in front of us. And in this case now you have a gang-related incident. Not only, I think it's also a hate crime that occurred, and they have to treat it as such, and he should be going to jail now. There's nothing I think that you could really do.
Gang violence is a hate crime.
Well, but he's actually charged for capital murder, which is gang violence because it's a gang-related issue.
Right.
Has not yet been charged yet as far as a hate crime because it's both you're dealing with an African-American young boy who had nothing, you know, he had no relation to the situation, and it was a gang incident. So
there was an ICE immigration hold on him at one point in time, but only after this crime. Why not before this crime when he was in custody?
Well, the mechanism is not set up in this country to put a hold on every single legal immigrant who gets into trouble for any reason whatsoever. He was in jail for 4 months, Greg, on a gun case and also on other related charges. The bottom line is it would overload the system to the point. I mean, I don't see the significance in the fact that he is an illegal immigrant. There are millions of illegal immigrants in this country.
It's a big deal. The fact that he's here illegally. The fact that he's here illegally. You have someone who's here who's in jail once. The day after he got out, he shot this wonderful kid who had a big future and killed him.
Yeah,
I think it's a big deal.
It's being a Monday morning quarterback, Joanne. It's being a Monday morning quarterback.
I don't think so.
Because there's millions of other illegal immigrants who are hardworking people who are here, who are trying to live the American dream.
If you're accused of a crime and police find out that you're here illegally, you're not allowed to be let go. You have to be handed over to ICE.
It depends on the situation. It depends on the situation.
Well, here's the problem is I would not even want him deported right now because there's a big reason. Big reason. Mexico doesn't have the death penalty. Right. He's up for the death penalty.
Oh.
I want him up for that.
He's not being deported now. He's going to face murder charges on this case. No one's going to deport him now. Doesn't mean they should automatically get deported.
Well, I don't agree with you. You have crimes of moral turpitude. He was arrested for resisting arrest and a weapon. Weapon charge right there. You have a potential moral turpitude issue. And then you know what? The investigation stopped. They should have gone forward. They didn't. And if they'd gone forward, he would have been out.
First of all, he's breaking the law. He's breaking the law, number one, for being in this country illegally. Right. Having these priors on top of it, you would think at some point local authorities would have done something.
It's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback, but in the vast majority, no, because that's what
this was easily foreseeable.
Obviously, looking back on it, yeah, we should have gotten rid of this guy. We should have deported him. But how were those local authorities supposed to know that at the time?
You check, you see he's in a gang, and you say, wait a second, he's in a gang? That's a good one. I should investigate that one. Wait a minute. You're in a gang? You're in jail. You get right out. Oh, you shouldn't look at anything right there. And the fact that they processed him. No one checked.
You can't prove citizenship. I mean, my goodness, they knew where he lived. Go to his house, serve a subpoena, a search warrant, look for papers to prove that he's a citizen.
But just because you get arrested on a minor crime doesn't mean you should automatically get deported. That's my point here. And there was
That's not my reading of the law. You commit a crime, you do the time, and then you get deported if you're not a U.S. citizen.